I really hope this microphone is working, which I probably don't even need because it's actually a lot quieter right now here than where we were a couple days ago, a couple seconds ago, actually. Um, all right, here we are we're in the Christian Quarter. Newgate is right down this way. See that? So there is so much to talk about and actually so little time because we're actually on our way to the car. Zero service the entire time that we were sitting over at Rewind down by Newgate. And unfortunately, because there was so much to talk about, literally, but you may have heard about the attacks on Israelis in Amsterdam, and that was huge. That was huge news today. Now, speaking of huge, there's also Trump and the president-elect, the former president/president-elect Donald Trump, and there's a lot to talk about regarding his connection to the Middle East now. He actually, I mean, this to me is the most fascinating thing of the whole election, which I only found out after he was elected, that his son-in-law's father was born in Lebanon. He's a Lebanese Christian, and he has connections to Lebanon. I'm telling you, I think the whole Middle East is going to be turned on its head after he gets into office. I actually just read about 2 seconds before I got on the live that Trump spoke with Mahmoud Abbas, who's the head of the Palestinian Authority, and there's been like zero connection between officially or diplomatically. There may be, I'm sure, back channels, yes, but between Palestinians and the U.S. in the last couple of years. So the fact that he already spoke to Abbas is, I think, very telling of what he plans to do as president. And then the fact that he has this Lebanese Christian, his name is Mossad Boulos. His son is married to Trump's daughter, Tiffany. And so Mossad Boulos apparently he already said he's going to be going to Lebanon to probably become, it looks like he might be taking the place of Amos Hochstein, who is currently the U.S. envoy to Lebanon. And currently, as you probably know, Israel is at war with Hezbollah, which is a terrorist organization based in southern Lebanon. And it's like even today, there was just a huge barrage of rockets, also drones flying in. Ooh, warplanes going overhead right now. Drones flying in from Lebanon over the last couple of hours today. I mean, today was looked like a lot of barrages going on in the north. So that drags Lebanon into a war with Israel, though they haven't yet gone, like it hasn't been versus, Israel versus Lebanon, it's just versus Hezbollah. But Lebanon's a very fractured and divided country, a lot of parties, a lot of religions. And this, so I just wonder how they're going to end the war. There was no end in sight to the war. And yet, if Trump's already got a guy going to the region, or coming to the region in the next couple of weeks, even before he takes office, then I think that he's got designs on also Lebanon. Now, you know that Trump is the one who sort of forwarded the Abraham Accords, which is the normalization agreements between Israel and some of the Gulf states. And so if he can add other, I mean, of course, everybody's wondering if Saudi Arabia will come into the mix. They didn't do it in 4 years of Biden, although they could have. But now it looks like almost a shoo-in. that they will do that soon. But what about Lebanon? And I pause to say, it looks like Jerusalem Santa is getting ready for the Christmas season. Yeah, this is what we got in the old city. Santa actually rides a camel here, not reindeers. So anyway, so that is unbelievable. But since this is going to be a really short live because of where we are right now in the old city and the lack of service, and there's cell phone signals over here is just impossible. But so since that's the case, I'm going to tell you we'll tune in for another one. But the main news of the day was the attacks in Amsterdam. There were almost 3,000 Israelis attending a soccer game in Amsterdam. And when they left the game, after the game, which they lost, they were attacked at the exits by, I don't know how many. Apparently, the mob was shouting "Free Palestine," and also like I heard one in one of the videos like, "Why are you killing children?" You know, so it was definitely like it was specifically targeted against Israelis. I think that according to the names, many of them were Muslims that in Amsterdam, and definitely specifically Israeli anti-Semitic attacks. It was insane. If you watch the videos, I posted some of the videos on my Facebook page, but if you see the videos, it's just insane what they did. They were beating, they chased them down, beat them. Some of them got run over, and then Israel. This was like between 2 to 4 in the morning. Israel sent some emergency flights over to rescue them and to get the Israelis out. There were some said they went to like hotels or buildings to like seek refuge, but the people there wouldn't let them in. I mean, it was insane what happened there. Do you have any comments?
No. But the incident I heard other people say that the incident in Amsterdam, again, I'm telling you what people are saying. I don't know for sure, but you have to understand that media takes this either way. You know, Israeli media says one thing, the other side of the media says something different, and the other side were saying that the supporters of the Israeli team, when they were going to the stadium, were singing chants "Death to Arabs" as they were going towards the field. Yeah, so I heard one. Somebody showed me a friend of mine, so I said, "No, look, this is what they were singing." And obviously I do speak Hebrew, so I know what they were saying. One of them was like kind of death to Arabs. So that was not. But again, what's the side here?
Okay. We're about to get run over by a car here. Okay.
But I think that doesn't take away from the fact that this was a planned attack. I think they planned this. It was not just the spur of the moment that everybody gathered and this was all planned beforehand. But they do say that the Israeli also provoked them by singing "Death to Arabs" and bringing down Palestinian flags that were apparently in the area. I don't know. Again, two sides. I'm just giving you the other side. That's what they're saying.
All right. So yeah, and that's actually what was in some of the media was that it was how the story was presented was that Israel provoked it or brought it, like the Israelis brought it on themselves because some of them were pulling down Palestinian flags, and I did see videos of that. And also, I didn't hear about the chanting "Death to Arabs," but that's really interesting. So, in any case, it looked like even if they were doing that spur in the moment, the attack looked to be pre-planned because they were the attackers were actually at specific exits of the stadium, and it ended up also apparently cab drivers were involved in either knowing where the Israelis were located or staying, or dropping them off at certain locations. So in any case, it was an absolute insane event that some people, like some Israelis, have said they'll never go to Holland again. So anyway, that's the story. You can check if you go to nickjan.com, nicjan.com. I have an article up on that with some of the videos. And anyway, all right. Well, that's it. There's much more to say about. I'll go into the issue of. I think it's so interesting. I think honestly, like the story of the Trump election for me is his son-in-law's father and how this is going to impact the Middle East. So I'm going to get more into that in future broadcasts. It's not going to happen right now as we're walking around the old city, but that, and there was another story from today. Oh my God, the leaks. Oh wow. Yeah, okay, so if you go to my website, nickjan.com, I also have an article today about the leaks that have come from the Prime Minister, the Israeli Prime Minister's office, that have gone into this information that got into the media, that some of it is now being challenged as untrue, and it's being investigated as to whether leaks are actually illegal. So somebody's already been arrested. Well, 5 people have been arrested, 4 soldiers, 1 spokesperson in the Prime Minister's office. So far, the Prime Minister is not accused of anything. There's no thing that's connected to him. But it's very interesting how it played out, because the information that was leaked really served the interests of the current government. And by the way, I haven't done a broadcast since the defense minister was fired. But anyway, that's also extremely interesting that Netanyahu actually fired his defense minister while there's war going on. So, Tony, what is that? Is that something?
That's the Maccabi Tel Aviv fans chanting death to Arabs.
Ah, okay. You heard the Maccabi Tel Aviv fans chant. Seriously?
Yeah.
They're not Beitar.
No.
Oh my God. Chanting death to Arabs. Seriously?
Again,
they're not that kind of team.
They're not
it's
that
so
kind
weird.
of team. But again, the footage has to be. I don't know. See,
We'll check into it.
You have to know.
We have
what's
to know.
Real,
We have to check into it. So, okay. All right. Anyway, so we're going to go as we stand here, by the David Citadel and Christchurch and all the buildings by Jaffa Gate. All right. So I'm going to go. Thank you for tuning in. And this is brief, but check in another time for more information, because there's so much more information to talk about.